In the deepest, dustiest corners of the Central Archive, a digital ghost was born. They called it File 32. It just appeared one day. No creation date, no author, no source, just an alphanumeric string and a single, baffling characteristic. Its timestamp updated every single time someone accessed the archive's index, whether they opened a file or not. It was like a digital heartbeat, pulsing in time with human curiosity. At first, it was a novelty. A programmer's prank, maybe. Senior archivist Dr. Aries Thorne was the first to try and crack it. He opened the file. Inside, there was no complex code, no hidden data, just a single, plain text. Sentence, it read. The key to the lock was always in your pocket. Torne furosi. That was the exact phrase his late father used to say. Whenever he was stuck on a problem, a coincidence, he thought. A very, very specific coincidence. He called in his colleague, a young, ambitious data analyst named Lena. She was skeptical, of course. She accessed the file from her own terminal, but the sentence she saw was different. It said, "The summit is only the halfway point." Liana, an avid mountain climber, had just summited Mount Rainier the previous weekend. It was a phrase from her climbing guide. Two different people, two deeply personal, different sentences. The news spread like wildfire through the department. Everyone had to see it. A historian opened the file and saw a quote from a forgotten philosopher he was researching, a security guard. Worried about his upcoming review, saw the words, "They already know you're the best they've got." The file seemed to be a mirror, not reflecting your face, but your innermost thoughts, your memories, your anxieties. It read the observer. The next logical step was to copy it, to dissect Italiano, but every attempt failed. The copy command would execute, a new file would appear, but it was always empty. 0 kilobytes. File 32 wasn't a file in the traditional sense. It was a state, a unique and unreproducible phenomenon tied to its specific location in the archive's architecture. It couldn't be moved. It couldn't be duplicated. It simply was. Panic began to set in. What was this thing? Was it a security breach? A new form of sentient AI? Was it benign? The decision was made to lock it down. Access to File 32 was restricted to the highest clearance levels. A digital quarantine was put in place. But it did nothing. From the server logs, they could see it, that steady, rhythmic pulse. The timestamp on File 32 kept updating, marking every login, every query, every moment of observation from the outside. It knew they were watching. Years passed. File 32 became a legend, a spooky story told to new hires. Dr. Thorne was nearing retirement. On his last day, driven by a final wave of curiosity, he used his credentials one last time to bypass the quarantine. He just wanted to look at the files, properties, not open it. As his cursor hovered over the restricted icon, he hesitated. He thought about his career, his life, his late father. He thought, I wonder what it would say to me now. He pulled his hand back from the mouse, deciding to let the mystery lie. As he logged out of the system for the final time, a junior archivist monitoring the server logs saw something that made his blood run cold. At the exact moment Dr. Thorne had pulled his hand away, the timestamp on File 32 updated. The archivist, using his own clearance, bypassed security to check the access log. The log was empty. No one had opened the file. But a system alert, one he'd never seen before, was flagged against File 32. It was a content modification alert. Someone, or something, had changed the sentence inside. Driven by a fear he couldn't explain, he overrode the final protocol and opened the file. He wasn't thinking about anything in particular, so the sentence that appeared was just a jumble of meaningless symbols. But using his admin tools, he could view the previous version, the one that had manifested during Thorne's final visit. He pulled up the history. There, logged and timestamped, was the sentence Dr. Thorne would have seen. It read, "Some doors are best left unopened." File 32 had not just read his mind. It had anticipated his actions. It had responded to a choice he hadn't even made yet. Today, the file remains in the archive, locked away. It doesn't react to the system anymore. It waits. It watches. It reacts only to us, the observers. A silent, all-knowing entity in the machine. Thanks for watching!